Let's swim a little bit. Consul Flaminius is known for being a Philheian, a great admirer of Grecian culture. Virtuous, honorable officers who could help establish firm and long-lasting ties with the locals might have better career opportunities as long as he is in charge. Yeah, I'm not virtuous, so that's not going to be me. Unfortunately, you don't have a particularly strong reputation in this regard. So yeah, if you make it this far and, like, you know, are virtuous, you can actually get, like, you know, into stuff, but, you know, I'm not the most favorite people, so whatever. Your victory at the river Eris opened up the path through Epirus and into Thessalia, a region long under Macedonian dominion. Here you are joined by two allies, the Aetolians and the Athenians. They have already taken control of several towns. The council is determined to capture the city of Philoria, but is garrisoned by 2,000 soldiers of Philip's army. It soon becomes clear that this is going to be harder than usual. The defenders are driving back every assault. Days after the siege began, your patrol captures a group of merchants not too far from the city. Try to pry some useful information out of them. They might have just a weakness in the city's defenses. Let's try to do this. They won't cooperate. Use any means necessary to make them talk. It takes a while, but one of the merchants eventually breaks. He swears by the gods he knows nothing of the city's defenses, but can tell you where the stash of valuables is hidden in Floria. This could be useful once you gain access to the city. My virtue increased by 12. The day of storm the city walls. Whenever you look, men are at work building ladders, getting ready to do, do the stuff. Let the others have a proper assessment. The ladders are ready, the attacks draw near. You advance towards the city, the assault begins. The defenders do what they can to thwart your actions as the ladders are propped against the walls. Their length may not be perfect, but they will do. The first man over the wall, of course, gets a mirror crown. You're now in charge of the manipul. Making it on your own will be even more difficult. Of course, you may decide to help your centurion. You can be sure he will be generous should you succeed. Let's just help him out and see if he gets up there. Let's just do it. You proceed steadily upward as missiles keep raining down above. One of them ricochets off your shield and plummets to the ground below. Your party has almost reached the top. You keep part of the defenders busy while the centurion tries to make his way into the ramparts. Alright, we're on a difficult position yet again, but... Ooh, garrison soldier. This is a little more difficult. A Macedonian soldier left to garrison the city, way more prepared to fight than a militia. A little bit more difficult, I think, this guy. Also, notice this guy's got the, like, you know, the conus basically for a helmet. So, you know, Macedonian soldier, a little bit different. Let's see here. I really don't have any good prospects to hit this guy right now, so... Normal feint. That's okay. Normal feint. Let's hit his arm if I can. Good. Let's hit his arm again. I realize this is fatigue a little bit there, right there. Normal. Awesome. He recovers. Normal again. Awesome. Let's go for the arm. Go for his arm again. Almost got him all the way around in a circle. There we go. Doesn't really matter. You're going down. Arm. That one missed. Cover. Got him. As soon as the last enemy is dispatched and the top of the wall is secured, you look around. You are too late. Someone else made it to the top ahead of your centurion. Oh well, you tried and you failed again. When Philoria is secured and it's time to pillage, you proceed on your following the merchant's instructions. You pass the main city square and follow two side streets until you arrive at the warehouse he has told you about. You find a loose board exactly where you expect it to be. An appealing sight welcomes you. The stash is full of costly articles. Too bad you can't take everything without being discovered. Care is fine with the army as you are supposed to. Take what you can without being discovered, then share this find. And we're just gonna do this one. My virtue goes up a little bit. Your senior officer congratulates you on your latest discovery. After you have left the burning ruins of Floria behind, the rewards for your battle are assigned. I probably gotta get more rewards out of that, but whatever. Alright, let's see here. Patrol. There are Frisian auxiliaries in Philip's army, but the party in front of you is not exactly ordinary. The heavily armored warrior who leads the group is huge, a 7.5-foot monster towering above his compatriots. You have heard of him. They call him the Bulwark. Truth be told, before seeing him with your own eyes, you didn't even believe that a human being that big could exist. Brandishing an electric iron head mace with alarming skill, that thing must be heavy, but he makes it look like a stick. He keeps shouting something to your party that bears all the hallmarks of a challenge. He moves with surprising dexterity for his bulk. There's an open. There in the open, his mace would give him a fair advantage over your sword. No freaking way. Gaius Curtius Rufus is stepping forth to accept the challenge. He is one of the most experienced legionaries in your group, but you doubt he would stand a chance. Make him step back into ranks. At your command, Rufus sheepishly backs off. The Colossus laughs when nobody else answers his provocations. You slowly retreat, keeping a tight formation. The Frisians don't seem interested in giving chase. If nothing else, nobody's crazy enough to blame you because you refuse to face the Bulwark. Being a good centurion has nothing to do with throwing away your life meaninglessly. I mean, I could let my guy get killed, but I didn't feel like it, so whatever. You suffer a mortifying setback at Atrax. Your siege engines tear down a section of the city walls, but the Macedonian garrison forces a flank behind the breach. They thwart any attempt to break into the city. The fact that your manifold was involved in the attacks does little to lessen your frustration. This episode is an interesting reminder of how impervious the phalanx can be under the right conditions. Flamish raises the siege and leads you in search of less defended targets. The town of Fantilius, Anticrisia, Ambricia, Hamapolius, and Delius fall in rapid succession. We get some Legionary for it. Let's do this a little bit. The important city of Eletria is the last to fall before winter. Its doom is sealed when a large section of the wall is brought down. You've gained 192 denarii. When the opportunity to fill your purse with some extra loot presents itself, you don't let the chance pass you by. Morale goes up by a little bit, virtue decreases, and I get more denarii. The senior centurion praises you in front of your commander. Your opinion of the council is increased by 1. Never seen that before. The Achaean League joins the anti-Macedonian coalition. Flaminius and Philip meet again to no avail. Many suspect the consul is keeping the door open in case his command is not prolonged, so that his successor won't take credit for ending the war. When he is given proconsular authority by the Senate, you are all certain that the conflict will go on till the overwhelming defeat forces Philip to accept all of Rome's demands. Also, your army is partly renewed when thousands of reinforcements from home join you. There could be an opportunity for a promotion. Hooray! Promotions! More than a few soldiers look at you with suspicion. You have a reputation as a devious and untrustworthy man. I do, but whatever. Hooray! You duck behind your shield as soon as you are aware of an arrow shotting down. The missiles lack the force to puncture your shelter. The attack ceases after a few ineffective volleys. Those Cretan archers are extraordinarily skilled, but they can't do much against prepared heavy infantry. Huh, my centurion is like at max, like, you know, liking me at this point. I guess that's helping my proconsul a little bit as well. Let's do this a little bit. And of course, got fortune supplies. I definitely do a lot of forging, don't I? Let's go this way. Yeah, I tried searching for it, to no avail, but whatever. You come across a not so well hidden valuables while supervising loaded supplies, blah blah. Pocket the jewels. Note that my virtue is so low at this point, I'm just automatically just doing this now. There's sure to be somebody willing to pay a good price for this amount of camp followers. Oh cool, we can hunt. Yeah, at this point it's gonna go back because I got so much supplies anyway, so... Back we go. Oh, ambushed. Your pulse races as you hear an arrow thud in nearby trees. You advance on the archers. When you get too close, they break off their attack and retreat. Still on the edge, you resume your journey. So you got ambushed there. Alright, well there we go. Got a little bit of experience from that. Let's try this again. You have to leave your marching column to answer call of nature. Warily you pass through some shrubs that line the trail. Even with the column so close, you don't feel comfortable being here alone. Fortunately, nothing happens. You join your group, try not to think about the long distance still to go. Yeah, my virtue is so low at this point, I'm actually wondering if like, someone might assassinate me at this point. Alright, it's almost time to move on, but let's check to see if there's anything in here I might want to get. I don't think there is, by the way, so... Oh, we got Reinforcement and Cuirass. I mean, honestly, the chainmail's better, but, you know, this is not a bad thing. I basically want to get something very cheap, I guess. You camp in proximity of Triarii, one of the most ancient cities of Thessalia. All you know is that Philip and the main body of his army are somewhere in this region. The air is heavy with tension. There is no way around a final confrontation to the end of this war. You find some comfort in knowledge the distant opponent you have already defeated in battle, but the setback at the tracks prove that under the right conditions, the flanks can be nearly impossible to overcome. You can only hope that Flaminius is clever enough to prevent Philip from using his fearsome yet scarcely mobile weapon to its full effectiveness, or things could get very ugly. But that is way beyond your control. You immediately set the thought aside. You better stay focused on the things you can have an impact on. I'm just gonna take a drink of water at this point because we're now basically in Sino Cefiello, Thessalia. I don't know how long I've been recording, but it feels like it's been over, like, 4 hours. So this is a very long game to play, like, in a run. More of like, if I basically, like, play this game more, if I get, like, really good stats, but, they're good enough basically for what they are. Let's get to it. You are accompanying a vanguard that mostly consists of light infantry. Your mission is to learn what you can of the Macedonians' whereabouts. It is a surprisingly short quest. You're crossing the hills to the north of your headquarters when you run into a similarly composed party. Enemies. Their own camp must be very close. Philip is certainly not wasting time. He must have learned of your presence and is already on your heels. Now, I can't remember if this is basically just like case right here, but there's basically a battle, like, in like the ancient antiquities basically time, where there's basically a hill, and it basically developed into like a full-scale battle because both forces of the Romans and like their enemies basically kept charging up the hill to try and like get the better of the other one. So basically like kept throwing troops basically after because they like the skirmishes basically kept into battles. You don't have orders to attack on sight, so you just observe each other from a safe distance as you wait for your messengers who have been sent to Flanders to come back with instructions. Part of the rival vanguard belongs to the Gimmon Peltis. You can tell by their insignia. If normal Peltis are the best of Philip's infantry, these are the cream of the crop. You can't attack, but you can issue a challenge to single combat. It could be an occasion for personal glory, or an early grave. So I can issue the challenge, don't be doing anything foolish, just wait for the messengers. Let's issue the challenge. They're elite troops, and most likely one of their best will answer your challenge. Are you sure you want to do this? On second thought, stay put and wait for the messengers. Yes. The man who comes forward looks rather puny for a cracked warrior. When he prepares to fling his javelin, you curse your carelessness. His movements are incredibly nimble and expeditious. That was close. You can barely deflect his lightning-quick missile. A nimble Agema Peltist. One of the best men in Agema. This unit consists of the finest peltist in the Macedonian army. He's got very good skills, but his constitution is a little bit weak, as well as his strength, I guess. He's got the same weapon reach as I do, similar weapon, but he's only got a reinforced Link Cuirass. Let's try it. Javelin throw. It missed. Try to go for my neck, bastard. Whoops, I didn't mean to respite. I gave him a chance to recover right there. Let's do another respite. Normal feint. That did nothing. So you got our spike going. I mean, I could try and attack him, but, you know, 6 little chances. Not that great. Probably a lot of chances there. There's a hit on his arm. Nice, getting a lot of like fatigue on him. Spite. Spite again. Try for a quick feint. Spite. Spite. Let's go for his arm again, I guess. There we go, I did feint. Arm. There's another hit on his arm. He recovered there and got another attack on me, unfortunately. Hope you get my arm. This is where it sucks that he's faster than me, but whatever. Spite. Flying. Okay, it's basically tired. Normal feint. That did something to him. Arm. I missed. Cover. Normal feint. Feint again. Spite. Try to knock his shield. There we go. You covered a little bit, but there's a miss. Normal feint. Spite. Hit my head, the bastard. Trying to recover. Oh, I failed. Roll feint. Knock him. Failed the knock. Unfortunately, I didn't do any damage to his armor, but whatever. I tried. Let's go with Spite a little bit. Arm. Missed the arm. Oh, I got his arm. Okay, now he's really tired. That's useful for me. Okay, he's not, you know, no longer as tired, but whatever, it was a thing. Failed to recover. That's annoying. It's annoying it's a lot quicker than me, but whatever. He's nimble, as to be expected. There we go. There's a hit on his torso. Damn it, missed. That's unfortunate. Ow. I'll feint. Torso. Probably shouldn't use the torso attack when he's got armor, I guess, and it's just not working for me. Arm. Now I'm getting tired. Definitely troop. Let's put up a fight. I'll feint. Spite. Nah, it's not worth it, is it? Spite. Arm? Missed it. Roll feint. Yeah, that did something. He recovered though. Got him! For the vanquish, you take their spoils. So I got his cuirass, his weapon, and his helmet. Undoubtedly, he is one of the most dangerous warriors you have ever faced in your long career. His comrades block from respectful silence as you strip him of his weapons and armor. Dusk is approaching when the messengers come back. There will be no more fighting today. You are all to return to camp. You are rewarded for each enemy you have engaged and defeated on your own initiative. We got a cup! Alright, well, I'm now very injured from my little endeavor there, but whatever. In the morning, both commanders sent off a party of cavalry and light infantry. During the action, your Italian horsemen are outshined by their Italian allies. That's to be expected. You know, the Italian horsemen just sucked. They are not as good as the Numidians, but still remarkable. On the next day, you break camp, imitating the Macedonians. Clearly, both Philip and Flaminius are dissatisfied with the ground. For 2 days, you moved across southern Thessalia, making no contact with the enemy forces. Their exact position hidden by high hills. Finally, you encamp at the sanctuary of Thetis, not far from Pharisilius. An intense thunderstorm makes sleep difficult during the night. Upon awakening, you find a persistent fog that prevails everything. This doesn't bode well. The Macedonians could be anywhere. You watch with curiosity as 10 squadrons of cavalry and nearly 1,000 velites are assembled and dispatched to investigate the hills. At least you remember there were hills yesterday in that direction. As you look at the large scouting party disappear into the fog, you recall someone mentioning that they have called Syphilis the dog's head. I got some HP back from like my a battle there. It takes quite a while for messengers to come back, and when they do, the camp is stirred into ferment. What filters to your ears is most disturbing. The patrols have met with an enemy force that can hardly hold off. Another detachment about twice as large as the first one, and comprising many Aetolians, is sent to help them. When the fog disappears at last, you can see the engagement going on. Your allies are being steadily pushed downhill by superior force. The proconsul has formed you into 2 wings. Your man pool is on the right or the left one, in front of the raging battle. There's nothing ahead of the right wing as far as you can see. You advance, and as the retreating skirmishers fall back through the gaps in your formation, the center of your line makes contact with Phil's troops. The effect is almost immediate. Now it is the opposite side that is slowly losing ground. Nevertheless, as the fighting spreads, a small group of mercenaries falls upon you. What do you think they are doing? Alright, so, I'll note that this seems to be the situation where, like, the Romans basically have a seesaw battle on the hill. Basically, like, the Philip and, like, the Romans here, they're sort of like, sending troop after troops to sort of like, take the hill. And basically doing, like, a full battle, basically, to dissolve it. Well, this guy's fatigued already, that's nice. Javelin throw, go! Whoa, I immediately killed him! You follow the fleeing mercenaries, but close to the top, you find a dreadful surprise. The flanks is here. Its long pikes are lowered and ready to push you down all the way back down. I've only got 50 HP. As the flanks approaches, it is impossible not to notice that the ranks look deeper than the last time. It will be like fighting against an avalanche. It's not a good time to be fighting at flanks. When your side is at the right distance, you prepare to furl your first javelin. Let's do this. The enemy officer is wounded and falls back a few steps, causing some disruption. As the other side gets closer and closer, you steel yourself for the incoming fight. Alright, so you have the advantage here. Both being the flanks and because, like, they're on a hill. Let's close in. Let's try a decoy. It failed. Try again. Failed. There we go. Succeeded in, like, knocking down a little bit. Yeah, it's crazy how you use a shield push, but I need a lot of skills for this to work, so no. Slash him. There we go. We damaged his, like, things there a little bit. Cover. Spite. I just realized I was on defenses the entire time. Whoops. There we go. I never did chop. Oh, there we go. There's some damage to his, like, stuff there. Decoy? Deploy again. He tried to attack my arm. Chop! They're trying to recover, apparently. Now they recovered. Let's keep slashing him. No. We're gonna keep going for it. Once again, you leave your soldiers as you go in offensive. Let's close in. Slash. Slash. Yeah, I figured it's going too far. Recover. Can you get to my lap if you're gonna be a nuisance? I'm playing for such a long time, Cat's probably thinking like, when am I gonna get fed? But I think we're at basically the end of this, like, game at this point, so we're just gonna try and, like, just keep going here. This is the respite at this point. There we go. Not everyone's looking tired. Get my fatigue down a little bit more. Nope. Let's close in. Spite. Cover. Whoops, I failed to recover. Slowly but surely they're, like, wrecking themselves. Alright, they hold again. The pressure on the whole front line is overpowering. Mercifully, the uneven ground is slowing down to cover some flanks. You have partially broken ranks. Use a moment of respite to rally a little. You see the other wing advancing with all the elephants in front of the infantry. They soon disappear from your field of view. You don't know what they are attacking. The hillside you are staying on hides everything. At length, you try to contain the advancing flanks as best you can. Then they launch another all-out assault. Alright, well, at least they're tired now. Let's try a shield push, see what it does. He resisted. So I guess it's like breaking derelict thing there. It's very much about like letting them tire themselves out, basically. So let's let them tire themselves out. Oh, they're recovered. Huh, they're gonna be sprayed too, apparently. Nope, we're gonna keep going. I don't really want to much those, like, you know, decoys, but whatever. Oh, look at that! We actually got a lot of stuff down when we get a shield push to the right. Alright, they're getting tired. Hooray! That's what I want to see. No, it doesn't seem that dangerous to flanks, but I mean, it's exhausting probably to do. I assume when we basically get into the fight, we'll actually be exhausted, like, you know, going into it, so... Slowly but surely they're making themselves tired again. Just keep on making yourself tired. You don't know for how long you can continue holding out. You eventually look around. So many of your lives are close to breaking point. Your army is on the verge of collapse. You can barely see more troops approaching from the top of the hills behind the flanks. They are mostly hidden by pikes, held by the rear of the ranks of Macedonians, impossible to recognize, but they must be enemies, more of them. So this is how it ends. The phalanx is going to rout you, and the reinforcements will pursue and exterminate you. You feel resigned. You just hope they make it quick when it is your turn. When the reinforcements get closer, you catch a little glimpse of the shields. You can't believe your eyes. The rear of the phalanx is trying in vain to turn around and face them. They are not enemies, they are Romans. You don't know how they got there, and you don't care for now. All that matters is that the enemy is surrounding, and you are going to live. You join yourself from this side. The plight of the Macedonians is hopeless. Their long weapons are just a hindrance now that they are being attacked from the multiple directions. Many phalanxists throw their shields away and attempt to flee, but there is no escape for them. Before long, the survivors are holding their pikes high with both hands, a strange gesture you have never seen before. You have no idea what it means. The slaughter goes on. Here and all over the battlefield, the Macedonians are massacred by thousands before the carnage is stopped. When all is over, you learn by bits and scrapes of information what really happened during the battle. The right wing of your army charged with the elephants at the left of the Macedonians. There the phalanx was still in marching order on difficult ground. It was put to flight right away. Most of the Romans and their allies were busy chasing the enemy, but one of the tribunes took about half the legion and came to your rescue. What happened next, you have seen with your own eyes. So it seems the enemies hadn't planned this battle after all. He was rushed into it as much as you. Philip and the rest of the survivors have withdrawn to Macedonia. Peace talks are resumed shortly thereafter. This time, the defeated king has no choice but to accept all the conditions imposed by Rome. The Macedonians give up all the lands of the Grecians in Europe and Asia, while impairing limitations are enforced on their military capacity. It looks like the sunset of the power that once held half of the world at its feet. Alright, we basically got our skills. I got a bronze armilli again. The Grecians acclaim you as liberators. Among your companions, Titus Modius wonders if they realize they just changed one master for another. They are formally free and subject to their own laws, but now that it sets foot in Graecia, Rome will not leave anytime soon. Such a wonderful and cultured land, but each city is following its own pay interests, and they are divided by perennial conflicts. They are doomed to be subjugated by more purposeful and tight-knit powers. Anyway, these thoughts quickly fade in your background of your mind. You are going home. The sun is rising behind you as you stand at the bow of the ship that will take you across the sea. As you look at the vast expanse of water, a smirk appears on your lips. Your new land holdings in Apulia, the reward for your service against Carthage, are waiting for you. The loot from the last campaign will make life even better. You relish the years to come. For a while, you stand there alone, enjoying the company of the sea. The great sea that drop by drop is becoming your sea. Your service against Carthage has been rewarded with 14 acres of land in Apulia. You spend a few placid years there with your wife and children. The loot you have brought back was not particularly rich, but combined with your new property, it helped ensure a safe and tranquil existence. Eventually, you were drafted once more. Antiochus, ruler of the immense Seleucid Empire, saw Rome as a serious threat to his hegemony in the east. You were part of the army sent overseas to stop his efforts to liberate Graecia from the influence of the Republic. Your age and experience had ensured a place among the Triarii. So basically you became old enough to be a Triarii, soldier. Despite being close to your 40s, you were still respected as an exceptional fighter, and many less experienced soldiers were eager to learn from you. After the first year of war, you were greatly surprised to meet again your old commander Scipio. This time, he had chosen to act as a mere legate to his younger brother, Lucius, the consul in charge. The war was won, but as a Triarii, you hardly saw any action, even at the great battle of Magnesia. Upon your return, you went back to your lands to lead a serene existence with your family. In the final years of your life, war was declared upon Carthage for a third time. After a long siege, Carthage was razed to the ground by Scipio Aemilius, the adopted grandson of Scipio Africanus, your long-dead former commander. Your reaction to the news surprised the people around you. It was as if a part of you had burned with the Phoenix City. A mere few days later, you suddenly followed its fate, peacefully in your sleep. And so he died. Your reaction to the news surprised the people around you. So basically, repeat the epilogue or end. Let's just end it. Alright, so there's our success. We were basically a veteran, we survived one game. Triumph, we finished the game. So basically that's my best, like, run so far, of course, because I got all the way to the end. Lots more basically, like, was basically done this time around. Alright, well there we go. There's what victory basically looks like. Now if I was basically to play this again, I basically would see if I could actually, like, get like a better rank, so I have to keep my virtue high, but I'm more or less happy with what I basically got, so I hope you guys basically enjoyed this game. Maybe I'll come back to it, but that'll be later. For now, take care.